All right, so this episode is all about gratitude. Gratitude is the best way to raise your vibration, and it's literally so underrated. Like, it's literally so powerful in helping you find alignment, but literally no one takes it seriously. Like, almost no one does it effectively or takes it seriously. When you raise your vibration, the higher you raise your vibration, the more compatible your vibration is with source frequency. So the more compatible your frequency is, the more you receive, the more aligned you are. So your vibration can get higher and higher and higher and higher infinitely. And I'm always playing around with how can I raise my vibration more and more. And I talk a lot about, clear resistance and manifestation, but raising my vibration and appreciation and reaching high levels of alignment is kind of one of the secrets as to why my life is so epic. It's like, it's something like people don't do. And gratitude and raising your vibration, it's really going to just turn up the magic in your life. So it's almost like if there's like a dial, like a volume dial, and practicing more and more gratitude is like turning up that dial of magic and alignment in your life. So ever since I committed to really raising my vibration, my life just got more and more and more epic. Every day is filled with more magic than ever. At some point, I went away from gratitude type stuff because I started to focus more on manifestation, practice, more on clearing resistance. I just kind of neglected gratitude a little bit. But anytime I add gratitude back into my life, just effectively, everything goes to the next level. And you will see that in your life too. If you practice gratitude, your life will not be the same like 30 to 60 days from now. If you practice it consistently, like the way that I'm going to teach you, your life has to look different 60 days, 90 days from now. So quick story of how I started practicing gratitude. I started to practice present moment awareness early in my life, and I reached a really high level of quieting my mind. After a few years, that deep inner peace started to feel just really normal. And I started to realize, even though I am practicing this at a high level, something is still missing because I was still struggling with a lot of things in my life. Like, my life was not as epic as I feel like the spiritual books promised. I feel like something was really, really missing. And I remember one day I got into legal trouble. I had a felony for a bunch of cannabis, and I was like in like this courtroom or this thing, and there was a bunch of people lined up, and I remember the person in front of me, like, he looked like your typical like white drug dealer dude, and I was just kind of listening to what he was saying, and he was saying how he doesn't go looking for trouble, but trouble just keeps finding him. Like, he moved to a whole nother state and stuff, and it was like he was trying to be peaceful, but all this bad stuff, all this trouble kept finding him, and then he moved back and he got in trouble again. And I remember at that moment I had fully realized, okay, everything is internal, everything is vibrational. I was listening to some Abraham Hicks stuff back then, and that was when I was like, okay, let me just really turn up on the gratitude. Let me really raise my vibration and see what happens. I started to just practice gratitude like 1 or 2 minutes a day. Literally, anytime I would go to a bathroom, I would list a few things that I appreciated. I didn't really know how to practice gratitude back then. I just did my best. And even then, I remember within a few days, life just really started looking different. And you have to keep in mind, I already had a strong presence practice. So my mind was already quiet. Like, I was already doing really good with that. So that's why for me, adding gratitude was just so next level. And for you, gratitude will be next level as well. But if you struggle with your thoughts heavily, then your time won't be as smooth as mine. But still, it's still important to practice gratitude, right? But I already had quiet my mind on a high level when I added it in. So things just exploded even more. So I'm in legal trouble and everything. I'm not supposed to leave the house and stuff. But somehow my parents really wanted to go to Europe, and somehow I was able to, talk to the officers or whatever, and they let me go to Europe, and for 2 weeks, and I had the time of my life, and life was so magical. And from that point on, my Twitter blew up, like, social media blew up, everything just started happening. I started meeting people like Jasmine within a few months, and I started meeting my other best friends, and everything that anyone knows of me now, like everything that Jasmine knows of me, came after I started to really raise my vibration. A lot of the teachings about presence and stuff, they talk about how positive thoughts is bad. So that's why I didn't practice positive thoughts, because I'm like, all the spiritual teachers said, oh, positive thoughts is bad, you're gonna get possessed by your mind and stuff. So a lot of my clients nowadays still, like, when I talk to them about gratitude and stuff, they're like grown ass men, they're like, oh, are you sure I could practice positive thought? Like, that's not gonna hinder my practice or my spirituality and consciousness, I'm like, bro, like it will do the exact opposite. Like it will enhance your everything, like your consciousness, enlightenment, everything to the next level. So yeah, it goes hand in hand. But yeah, so like literally, like my life when I was just practicing presence, it reached a good level because my mind is quiet. Anytime you have a quiet mind, your life is gonna be way better. But it was like I was like, man, all this stuff about what Abraham Hicks talks about, manifestation, like I was struggling. And I was like, why does my life not look so epic? Like, I'm missing something here. And so it was a hard decision because I was like, I might be just going on the wrong path if I think positive thoughts. Maybe this is going to like lead me down to like a wrong thing. Well, somehow, I don't know. That sounds crazy to think about now, but I was so scared. But after that experience, I was like, fuck it. And I did that. And it was like going from a black and white TV to like HD. Like my life every day, clearly something epic started happening every day. It felt like I was finally in this book. Felt like I was in a movie. Like life became like a movie. Like before it was just like life is just life. But then it was like every day, because I practice gratitude, something magical is going to happen. Every day the momentum builds more and more. And just this is why I became who I am. Like this is why my vibration is so high. Like yes, I have my presence practice, but I combine that with raising my vibration and gratitude. It sounds so simple, but no one does it. No one really teaches that. So here's how you practice gratitude. I've practiced gratitude in so many ways, and this is what my gratitude practice has evolved to. And it's so simple, so ridiculously simple. So I actually don't even make lists of things to appreciate no more. I don't even go looking for things to appreciate no more. I realized instead of doing that, I simply just think positive thoughts. Like I don't even go looking for things. I just almost spam positive thoughts, like just straight up, like literally doesn't matter. You could say I am doing well for 5 minutes straight, and that will raise your vibration. So you don't even need to like look for things to appreciate. I'm just spamming positive thoughts. I don't even know what I'm saying. I'm just spamming it. Like I'm feeling good. Like I'm feeling aligned. I love that I have an inner being. Like life is good. I love the nighttime. I love the daytime. I love this phone. I'm so happy. I feel so good. Like it's a great day. Like I don't know. It doesn't even freaking matter. So because when I used to just practice like just looking for things to appreciate and making lists of things to appreciate, which I will do sometimes, but it's secondary to just spamming positive thoughts. But like when I used to just find things to appreciate, it's just like at some point it does get a little stagnant. You'll find more and more things to appreciate, but also sometimes like throughout the day it is like harder to find things to appreciate sometimes. Before it would deter me from practicing appreciation because you're spending like 2-3 minutes thinking about something to appreciate and maybe you can't find anything. But for me, I don't need to spend any time looking for things to appreciate. I just spam positive thoughts. It could be the same positive thought for 5 minutes. Any positive thought. This is a good day. 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 For like a minute, 5 minutes. It does not matter. Now, don't do this while you're triggered or whatever, right? Like this is why I practice present moment awareness and all that stuff because I don't really get triggered no more. I'm almost always in a neutral or great space. So it's like perfect. So it's like, but if you're really triggered, this is not the technique to practice. You need to practice other stuff in the moment. So that's the technique. Just think positive thoughts. Just like affirmations. It doesn't matter. Just think them. And try to get like, I don't know, like 5 to 10 minutes of gratitude in a day minimum. Here's the calibration concept. So first of all, you have to understand that gratitude will benefit you today and it will benefit you tomorrow. So it will help you calibrate to a higher frequency immediately. So you'll receive immediate benefits within this segment and the segments following this segment, as well as it will prepave your next day, your next week, as long as you're consistent. You can bet that your next few days or whatever will start getting better and better and better and better. But there's also a calibration effect, meaning, so let's say I go through to this whole day without practicing positive thoughts. I'm just being present and whatever. And let's say it's 8 p.m. now, and I have gone through the whole day without practicing gratitude. If I start right now doing 1 or 2, 3 minutes of gratitude, I will be at a different frequency. I will start experiencing this segment on a different frequency. I literally no longer have bad segments or boring segments. Literally every segment is super epic because I calibrate to it. Because I remember I used to be like, oh, is this next segment gonna be fun or good or whatever? No, the segment responds to you. So when you really raise your vibration at the highest level, every segment is going to start being lit. Obviously, a lot of you guys have a lot of resistance, so resistance will show up. So there's a lot to clear for you guys. But for me, as someone who's done this for a long time and I've cleared so much resistance, just about every segment is lit, like literally super lit. Calibrate multiple times in a day. So this is how I kind of practice positive thoughts now. I wake up in the morning, I calibrate, I take 1 to 3, 4, 5 minutes, whatever, to just think positive thoughts. Anything, it does not matter. If I find something to appreciate, great. If I don't, I'm still thinking a bunch of positive thoughts. And then so I'll do that, and then my day moves on. Like there's so much momentum. Great things happen. I go to the gym or I work on content. Doesn't matter. I always fall into some type of crazy flow for maybe 2-3 hours. And then I'll be done with the workout. I'll be done with my morning routine. I'll be done with my content, whatever. Now it's just kind of like okay, let me chill out real quick. In that segment, I do another calibration, another 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes of just positive thoughts and appreciation, just real quick. Before I get into affirmations or clearing resistance, I make sure I get my gratitude first, just at least of 2 to 5 minutes, whatever. So, and then my life flows again. It goes crazy again. Maybe, I'm playing video games now. I'm playing for like 3-4 hours, and then I'm done playing video games. It's going to be lit. And then now, kind of an empty segment again, and I might practice a minute or two again, and then I have dinner, and then, blah, 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 blah. And it's almost like calibrate and then flow, calibrate and flow, calibrate and flow. So I'll do that like multiple times in a day. And life has just been just nonstop every day. Like my friends randomly coming down to visit me, or crazy things, like just wonderful. Like you're literally tuning into love. You're literally experiencing deep love and happiness every day on levels that like no manifestation can match, because like you experience so much magic, and then just like it always hits the heart. Like it's always so like special and magical, and feels like the whole world's coming around. So it's like alignment to me trumps manifestation practice. Like your alignment practice has to be good, like, because that's the most bang for your buck. That's the most magic. So you do this, your life will become more magical, regardless of how much negative thoughts you have. Obviously, the more negative thoughts you have, the more you'll struggle, and that's why you also need techniques to clear resistance. But still, like, clear resistance and practice positive thoughts. Like gratitude will give you the things that like all these spiritual teachers promise you through like meditation and stuff. Like I'd rather practice 5 minutes of gratitude than like an hour or two of meditation. It's that powerful. If you ask me which one's more powerful, an hour of gratitude is way more powerful than an hour of meditation. Even though an hour of meditation is super powerful, gratitude, positive thought is literally like 100,000 times more powerful, like straight up. Like I will like die on that hill. Like it's completely changed my life. There's a lot of people who's trying to be enlightened and want to access the true consciousness or absolute reality and stuff, and they think that positive thoughts are going to hinder them. But no, positive thoughts will absolutely take their consciousness to the next level. And honestly, like that's what separates me as a spiritual teacher from the other spiritual teachers. Is like all the other spiritual teachers, they teach the deep meditations and presence, and they're good at, like meditation type stuff. And, to me, that's baseline. The next level is charging up your vibration. So think about it. Like, let's say you're on a number scale. You're -10 is really struggling. 0 is neutral, mind. +10 is like super positive and beyond. Presence, meditation stuff will get you to like more neutral. But from neutral, that's kind of where people stop. Like they're just surrendering, going with the flow. Not like, to me, that's obviously you should surrender, allow, go with the flow. But that's just the beginning. Then you add in positive thoughts. That's when everything absolutely supercharges. And that's where you're building superhumans. This is why what I'm passionate about is helping spiritual beings become gods. And this is that step.